All right, Shalom Israel, get started in 1 minute. Feet looking rough, man. Let's see if it's better. Yeah, look a little better. I will get started. Shalom Israel. Yahbashim Yahshai Barak Thumb to the brothers. Yahbashim Thumb Bashim Yahshai to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Parak. To my right is Priest and Officer Razan. All right. This is, of course, the Lord's Sabbath service, right? Every Tuesday through Friday, we got classes from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And every Saturday, we hold our Sabbath service from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. If you're watching online, at the very bottom of the screen, you can see our class schedule. I mean, slightly, not our class schedule. That's what I just gave you. Our class location. All right. We're going to jump into it. Today, we're going to be going over Proverbs, the 31 chapter. I thought this was real necessary. I think a lot of people need to hear this. See, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go into Proverbs, the 31st chapter. We'll examine it, of course. But I think a lot of women throw that term, you know, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I think they throw that term around too often. You understand? Especially a lot of these sisters in them fake Israelite groups. You understand? They think they're a Proverbs 31 woman or a virtuous woman, right? Like the scriptures say. But we're going to go in, we're going to examine this, and we're going to see if that's really what you are. Because you might not be. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're not the person that should make the decision on whether or not you're virtuous. Maybe somebody else. Maybe the Bible can tell you whether you're virtuous or not. And so we're going to go into Proverbs 31. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get some precepts. We're going to get a lot of precepts. We're going to break this thing on down. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. So just a minute to remind you, which means to stand.
Imagine, Wapak Yadum, you stand and face the east. All right, get into the prayers. First up, the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shabbat, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazah, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Call, Wayam, Yawam. It's like Yawam. Why? That's like why it's like now. What's lucky now? Kawat now. Kasalak now. What Kawat now. Wala. Tabaya. Anaw. Banasaya one. Abal. What's how was I now? Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wa Olive. Wahata Parat. I will on you. I'm on. All
right. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
All right, with the Hakak in Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babu Kasha, Nathanawa, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Call Maka Wakal, Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Matazarian, Hakak, Laha Kwayam, Hamathim, Hakat,
Hakat,
Al,
Al,
Rakawat,
Rakawa,
Hamata Allah,
Hamat Atma Allah,
Lagar Rashan,
Lagar Shan,
Bashim Yahushai,
Bashim Yahushai.
Tawadama.
All right. The Akak or the power in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushai.
in the name of Yahushai,
Please give us the power.
please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushai.
the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. All right. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayunya,
Ayunya,
Ah, Haharyan,
Ahar,
Ma'ayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Isaiah,
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 Ma'an,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Wa'aratazah,
Waratazah,
Ayathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Mamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Al, Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
La'ah,
Yashan,
Yashan,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Yashral,
Yasha'al,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazaka,
Tazalka,
it's like Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Ayat,
Al-Yad,
Yamnika,
Yamnika,
Yomam,
Yawmam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Lakaka,
Lakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak, Tazalka,
Waba,
Waba,
Wa'aka,
Wakar,
Ma'aita,
Ma'aitha,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ad,
Iwalam.
Awalam. All right. I want to read that in the I'll read that in English. All right, Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence comes my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharallah
he that keepeth Yashral
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth,
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. All right, you got Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Oh,
Damayalaka.
Damayalaka,
Takarash.
Al Thakarash,
Wa'al. Tashakwat.
Tashakwat,
Oh. Kaya.
Kaya,
Hana.
Hana,
Awa.
Awa,
Yabyaka.
Yablika,
Yeah, it's like Yahama.
Yama,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Imaka.
Al Amaka,
Ya'ai. Understand. Ya'ai.
Ya'ai,
Where your mom.
Ya'ai is out. Amarwa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Banat. What's that? Wana.
Wana,
Kakidan.
Kakidam,
Magarwa.
Magalia,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Tazakar.
Tazakar,
Sham Yashrala.
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada.
Awada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Itazawa.
Nawa Itizawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Kawa.
Yikabwa,
Ayuka.
Auyuka,
Baya.
Baya,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahaya,
Ahayim,
Adawan,
Adawan,
Wayas Ma'alium,
Wayashama Aliyim,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'ayim. It's like Mawa'aba. It's like
Wahagayam,
Wagayim,
the ball,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wamawan,
Wa'amalat,
say that one again.
Wa'amalat,
Wamalat,
Palashat,
Palashat,
Ain,
Ayn,
Yeshabum,
Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam,
Gam,
Ashawar,
Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Haywa,
Zorawa,
Zawad,
Labunya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamatyin,
Kamadyan,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sarah,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Banakov,
Anakal,
Koyashwan,
Koyashwan,
Nashamatwa,
Nashamabu,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
Da'ara,
Dara,
Kaza'aba,
Kaza'ab,
Kazabak,
Kazabak,
Katazar,
Katazar,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Ka,
Kal,
Nasa,
Nasa,
Nikamwa,
Yakam,
Alahaya,
Alayam,
Like Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
that's Naya,
Naya,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ah,
Ath,
Na'athwa,
Nawath,
Alahayim,
Alayam,
Alahaya,
Alahayam,
Shayatam wa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakosh,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Raka,
Raka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba'ira,
Dava
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wa,
Wa,
Kalhaba,
Kalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayim,
Aryam,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradatma,
Taradama,
Basa,
Basa,
Iraka,
Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Mapatku,
Patka,
Tabahalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'ah,
Wala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Kwashwa,
Bakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Ajai,
Ajai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Ibadwa,
Ibadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'wa,
Iwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ak, Shimka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Are you one?
Are you one?
Ah,
Call
Haratazah.
Haratazah. All right, Psalms 83rd chapter in English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
And they that hate thee lift up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They are taking crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasharallah,
may
be no more remembrance.
There be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kasar. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Ze'eb. Yea. All their princes as Zabah. And as Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh. In possession. Oh my God,
oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may see thy name.
they may see thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
are the most high over all the earth.
are the most high over all the earth. With the blessed in the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
why Yahweh Shai,
why Yahweh Shai,
why Micah Allah,
why Mayaka Allah,
why Slaki, why Alim, why
Allahayim,
why Alahayim,
why Allahayim,
Matazabi Ah,
Matazabia Ah,
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana,
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Alawapyum,
Hasaranyam,
Hasaranyum,
Hakwatazanyanyam,
Akwatazayanyum,
Hakayayam,
Hakayayim,
wa Akawa, Waha,
Waha,
Akwathim,
Akwathim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem Yahweh Shai,
Bashem Yahweh Shai,
the water Aman.
the water Amun. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohana,
many during Yohana,
the generals,
the general,
the captains,
the captain,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right. Sorry while you're shouting. We can be seated. All right. Clap it up for the Lord's Sabbath service, man. Lord's Sabbath day. All right. So we are, of course, like I said at the beginning, we're gonna go into Proverbs, the 31st chapter. We're gonna start at verse 10. Of course, that's when you find the virtuous women. That's when it starts, giving the characteristics of a virtuous woman. So we're gonna start right there. So we're gonna read from verses 10 to 17, beginning with the Hebrew. All right. That's like a 10 to 16. That's 7 verses. All right. So we'll read that in the Hebrew and then in the English. All right. You gonna use that?
Okay. All right. Proverbs 31, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Ashath, Kaya, Maya, Yamatza'a, Barak, Kwa,
Warakat.
Warakat,
Mm-hmm.
Mapan Yan1, Mapan Yan1,
Mapanyanyum.
Mapanyanyam. It'll be
Makara.
Makara, verse 11. Batak, Ba, Ba,
Mm-hmm.
Ba'aha, Ba'ila, like Ba'ila,
Baila. Mm-hmm. Washallah.
La, Yakasar. Verse 12. Gamal, Tawa, Tawab, Wala, Rai, Call, Yumya, Kayaya. Verse 13. Darashah, Tazamar, Wapath,
Wapashatyum.
Wapashatyum, Wata Ash. Baka Baka
Pataza.
Bakataza.
Baka Pataza.
Bakapataza.
Good.
Kapa Kakya. Kakya. Verse 14. Hayata. Ka'an. Yawath. Sawa Rock. Car. Mamar Ka. Tabia. Lakama. Verse 15. Wata Kwam. Ba'ai. Ba'ai. Yala Allah. Wata Dun. The Rock. Laban. Bayata. Wakat. Lana.
I'm just looking at where you at.
In the 15.
The last word?
Council.
Lanarathiyam. That's like a Lanarathiyah.
Lana Rathia. Verse 16. Zamama. Shaddad. Without the Karawa. Maparya. Kapan. Kapyun. Natai.
That's a ta. So not to, yeah, so not to I.
Natai. Nataya. Natai ha. Karat. 16.
That was Karam.
Karam.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and read those same 7 verses, 10 through 16. So Proverbs 31 and 10. Start off with verse 10 in English.
I got with Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10 in English. Who can find a virtuous woman?
It's a good question. Keep going.
Her price is far above rubies.
So now I want this to sink into everybody's brain, all right? I want everybody to really understand this. The question is, who can find a virtuous woman? That's a good question. This would denote that it's very hard to find a virtuous woman. So I think with the abundance of women that call themselves virtuous, or call them, just say a good woman, a woman that calls herself, oh yeah, I'm a good woman. I'm a good woman. Don't so many of our sisters say that? I'm a good woman. Listen, it says it's hard to find one. So it's strange that so many women, are saying that they are one. Something that's rare, you don't find all over the place. But so many women say that they are one, right? And that's a good question. Who can find a virtuous woman? And it says her price is far above rubies, right? This woman is worth a lot. If you can find one, keep her. You know what I'm saying? If you can find one, but they are very hard to find. They're rare. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 11. The heart of her husband, though safely trust in her.
So now we're about to go into this. Is okay. Let's just make sure we understand what we're doing today. We're going to go into this. We're going to examine each one of these traits And this chapter gives all of the traits of a virtuous woman, right? So it says, what? The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. If you call yourself being a virtuous woman, then your husband shouldn't have anything to worry about ever. Ever. It's like your husband should never be concerned about what you're doing. If you go out and you could kick it with your sisters, he shouldn't be, at the crib calling you all day, wondering what's going on with you, concerned about what's happening because she thinks you about to get some ride. It's like because he thinks you about to get some ride. It should never be like that. And now that's one thing. That's one form of trust. But what else should a man be able to trust his woman to do? Give me some examples. Anybody, give me some examples.
You should, no, it's like that's still the time. Brains on freeze.
No, listen. What do you want a woman? What do you want in a woman? What should you trust your woman to be able to do?
Whatever I ask her.
Well, yes. Yeah. Read the next part of that verse. It's going to explain it.
It's like end of 11. So that he shall have no need of spoil.
So he shall have no need of what?
A spoil.
So what is this one? What is he trusting her for?
Money.
I mean, yeah, you say money like she ain't a piggy bank, but I mean, yeah, but help. That's what. Okay, when you go back into the book of Genesis, the reason why a man needs a woman at all is because she's supposed to be a help that's meet for him. That's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be a helpmeet. And so this man right here, this husband can trust in his wife so much so that he doesn't have need of spoil. Well, let's get Ecclesiasticus 25. We'll break this whole thing down. So Ecclesiasticus 25. Is it another one up there? No, it's all good. Yeah, just go and get it on your phone. Or matter of fact, you take this one. Slide me. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna be in Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 25 and verse 23.
All right, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25. Is that 23?
Yeah.
Verse 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart.
So now what's this talking about? This is talking about a wicked woman that what does it mean when it says abateth courage?
Dashes it,
Right, but how would a wicked woman abate a man's courage? Like how could that happen?
Talking down on him.
Talking down on him, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, and it ain't gotta just be talking down, it could just be her actions, right? Yeah. Keep going. And it says what? Make it what?
Maketh a heavy countenance, and a wounded heart.
And a wounded heart. A terrible woman can destroy a man's spirit, and a lot of times sisters don't even know that they're doing that. Sisters don't even realize the damage that they're doing with their behavior towards their man, and then they wonder why their man is a certain way, or their man don't care about them the way they want them to, because you've destroyed this man's heart. You understand? You destroyed his heart, and of course, we just see abated the courage. You don't want to deal with you no more, right? Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
It's like I know they said that just the one I know that a lot of women don't know. You look around, a lot of women know exactly what they're doing. A lot of women doing it on purpose these days. A lot of women said you gotta. I saw she went to like she said you gotta be toxic with your man. You gotta make them feel horrible.
It's crazy out here in 2022, man. Yeah, because that's you gotta think they learning everything that they learning is from their oppressor, our oppressor, right? And what does our oppressor do? What do they do to gain dominance over us? They beat us down and build us back up the way they want to build us up. So that's what a lot of women think that they should do. Now, if you want to be a woman in the truth, you should never think about treating your man that way in order to get what you want out of him. You should do what Esther did. Esther used her femininity to get what she wanted out of her man. Right. You understand? And that's what you should do. But don't be this woman. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to give the good traits of Proverbs 31, and then we're going to show you the opposite of it. And there's really hardly any middle ground. You understand that? Yeah. There's hardly any middle ground. So you're really most likely, if you have a husband, you're really either one or the other. You understand? Because it's hard. There's really, like I said, not no middle ground. It says, and maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. right, keep going.
Middle 23. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
So Proverbs 31:11 said that we should be able to trust in this virtuous woman. Her husband should be able to trust in her. But then now we see in Ecclesiastes 25, which is an excellent chapter in the Bible, right? A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Once again, a woman is created for a man to be an helpmeet unto him. And so I hope everybody understands what a helpmeet is. Literally what it means is a help that is meet for that man, meaning a help that is fit for that man. That's all that's talking about. And that's what a woman has been created for. A woman has been created to be a help that is fit for a man. But this is a woman that we're reading about in Ecclesiastes, the 25th chapter, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, right? Matter of fact, give me Ecclesiastes 26, the 26th chapter. Just skip over to the next chapter and give me the 7th verse.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 7.
Yeah, try 7.
Chapter 26.
26 and yeah, give me 7.
Verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaking to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Is as though what?
He held a scorpion.
Listen, man, that's what an evil wife, having an evil wife feels like. Having an evil wife feels like a man that's holding on to a scorpion, getting constantly stung. You understand? Read. I don't know if we want to. Let me see that real quick. Let me see real quick. You know, that's my sword, man. I know what I need. I don't know if I want to get this just yet. Let's go back to Proverbs, all right? Go back to Proverbs. I'll just hold on to this. Go back to Proverbs 31 and just keep reading. Read verse 12.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 12. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
She would do what?
She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
So now she would do him good and not evil all of the days of her life. Now, this is actually heavy that we just brought the scripture out, right? It said an evil wife. What does it say? An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. That's the type of terrible life that, imagine just holding a scorpion for the rest of your life, just getting, stung by a scorpion. That's what it feels like to have a terrible wife. And I want everybody to understand when we bringing these things out, because I know there's some woman out there that's going to come across this and going to say, why y'all bashing women and stuff like that? ISUPK, we get so much flack for that. But just understand that this is probably like one of the first, I don't say one of the, I think this might be the first class this year. What is it, March? That we've done about women. You realize that every other class is about men, right? Correcting men. And that like all of our classes, I mean, ultimately it's about, correcting the nation. But just understand that it's nothing personal. I just want everybody to understand that. This is just, if the shoe fits, you got to wear it. But if the shoe don't fit, just learn and, maybe you can teach it to the young women like the book of Titus says. All right. But if the shoe fits, wear it and then fix it so that you ain't got to wear this shoe no more. All right. You going to say something?
If I can go off what you're saying, a lot of times when it happens is that black women, they'll hear it. Like they only hear the part that angers them. They don't they tune out everything else.
Yeah. Because I could show. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, they only hear what they want to hear. The second you start coming against women, their first response is going to be, "What about the men?"
Yeah, exactly. It's just the way that that's the way their brain work, I guess. But a righteous woman is going to have to learn to just understand how to be reproved, be corrected. It's okay to be corrected. It's not a big deal. I get corrected. If I'm a man and I can take correction from another man without getting my pride involved, then a woman should, she should be able to take correction from a man. I would think.
But according to some of these women out here, first of all, adults shouldn't be corrected.
Oh yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
Let's say. Then also, I've heard women say like, "Oh man,
you want to be a stupid bitch? You want to be a stupid bitch for the rest of your life? Then yeah, you should never get corrected ever again." But if you'd like to be a daughter of Zion, you should take correction.
Then they'll say like, "Oh man, that listen to another man is weak. He's
Yeah.
not strong."
Yeah, well,
It's like,
you find that a lot of the men that don't listen to other men are the ones that are, they're the ones that are getting killed. They're the ones that are going to prison for the rest of their life because they don't listen to no man.
if I can, like, a lot of you said like, a man that's listening to another man is weak, but a lot of those men that you think are weak are the strong men. But the weak men are the ones that you tell no to, that he shoot you.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
because he can't take rejection because he never been corrected.
right.
So you tell him no, his first thought is to get emotional and then beat you or shoot you because you told him no. There's plenty of women he can go talk to.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You know what I'm saying? That's pride is all of it. That's the man's pride that you was just talking about. There's a type of pride that you can find in a woman, that will cause her not to heed to these words. This is the Bible, right? That's what the Bible's saying. This ain't me. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let the Bible talk. Give me verse 13.
Okay, verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax.
Mm-hmm. She does what? Now these are the traits of a virtuous woman. You say that you're a Proverbs 31 woman. You should, and listen, and let me just make this very, very, very clear. Not every woman has to be a Proverbs 31 woman. How do I know that? Because it says that they're hard to find. Not everybody is going to have all of these traits, right? Not every woman is going to have all of these traits. And so you should have the ones that we just read, right? How the heart of her husband does safely trust in her. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life. You should definitely every woman should have that. But not every woman has to have what we're about to read right now. But you just can't call yourself a Proverbs 31 woman if you don't have what we're about to read. All right? Okay, verse 13.
Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
So this is a woman she has attributes and she's working. What is she seeking the wool and flax for? Somebody tell me what she's seeking wool and flax for. She's making clothes. And what do you do when you make clothes? You say what? You sew, but what do you do after the clothes are made? You wear them. You can sell them, right? This is a woman that even if you don't sell them, I ain't got to go to the merchant and go buy clothes because my wife makes the clothes for me. You understand?
Yeah.
That's this type of woman, this woman that everybody calls a Proverbs 31 woman. This woman is that type of woman, the woman that has attributes, that has a talent.
So a woman that works.
A woman that works.
So then by the Bible saying like a lot of women say that a woman's only thing just to be the wife, not do anything else, and the man's supposed to do everything else around the house.
Right. And this is the thing. Now, like I said, I want to keep reiterating this. Not every woman has to be this right here. Not every woman has to be the type of woman that is, because matter of fact, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading so we can get some more on that.
Okay. Verse 14. She is like the merchant's ship. She bringeth her food from afar.
Uh-huh.
Verse 15. She rideth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. I'm gonna break that down in 2 seconds, but give me verse 16. Okay, verse 16. She considereth a field and buyeth it.
She considereth the field and do what with it?
Buyeth it.
She buys it, right? Keep going.
With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard.
This sister is going to work. That's what she's doing. This sister in Proverbs 31, this virtuous woman that we're talking about, she's going to work. It says she consider a field. She look at a field and she say, yeah, I want that one. And what does she do when she buys the field?
So she plants a vineyard.
She plants a vineyard. And what's she planting that vineyard for? For one or two reasons, which is either she's planting that vineyard so she can provide food for her house, or she's planting that vineyard so that way she can sell the food that she grows. But this is a woman that's going to work. Not everybody is like this. And that's okay. It's not a big deal. Not every woman is going to be the type of woman that will go and buy some land for her household so she can plant a vineyard there and sell it, or provide food for her house. Not every woman is like that, and that's okay. You understand? But I want to show y'all a really good attribute. That's why I said I'm gonna break it down in 2 seconds. Go back to verse 15.
Okay. Verse 15. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household,
Mm-hmm.
and a portion to her maidens.
So she wake up early in the morning, and she's getting breakfast prepared. You understand? Or she up late at night getting food for the next day prepared. But what is she doing constantly? She's thinking about her household. She's thinking about her husband, how she's going to feed her husband. Why should, and see, this is what I'm saying. Why should her husband have to worry about what he's going to eat if he has a woman that is literally what the Bible says and help that is fit for him? Why should he have to worry? So this is a really good attribute. Now, is every woman going to be like this? No. Sometimes men are going to have to make their own food. Captain Tazaryak said it best. He said, listen, I can make my own biscuits. Remember, that running joke is like, because Captain Katazar, he said, I want a woman that can make biscuits from scratch. That's what's up. Me too. But Captain Tazaryak said this. He said, I can make my own biscuits. I can. He's like, I can make my own biscuits. I want a woman that's a go-getter. I want her to go to work and do other things. I can make my own food. So there's different, I'm saying? Not everybody has to have this same attribute where the woman is, waking up in the morning and, and cooking for her husband. It's a really good attribute to have if you want to keep a man.
That's what I want.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I want biscuits from scratch.
Yeah, see, I want biscuits from scratch too, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, not every sister, and I'll keep saying it, not every sister is going to be like this, and it's fine, right? As long as you're just not a terrible dragon of a woman, you can be a good woman, I guess. Well, matter of fact, let's get Titus the 3rd chapter. All right, let's get Titus, or it's like Titus the 2nd chapter. We get Titus the 2nd chapter. Let's get one more of these. We're gonna kind of harp on where it says that she rises while it's also yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. Right? She is providing food for her household. I thought the man was supposed to be the provider. That's what I thought. But you see the virtuous woman. Slacking. Got something in my eye. You see the virtuous woman. She's going out and planting vineyards and selling food and making clothes. I thought the man was supposed to be the provider. Isn't that what they say? But you see, this woman is providing for her household, so her husband don't need to worry about a damn thing. Can you imagine that?
Shit.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. But like I said, not every woman is this virtuous woman. You're not going. Like I said, it's fine. It's okay. Give me verse 3. So Titus 2. Let me get there with you, actually.
Titus 2.
Yes. Let me get. We'll go ahead and read it. I don't need to get right there with you.
Okay. Book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3.
Yeah, give me verse 3.
Chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
So this is what a woman is supposed to. She's supposed to be in good behavior. That's what a woman is supposed to do. She's supposed to be in behavior as becometh holiness. It's going to give a whole synopsis of what holiness is, right? We all know. Well, just read it. Now I said we all know. So lock in. Go ahead.
Becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things. Like that they may teach the young women to be sober,
mm-hmm.
to love their husbands, to love their children.
Right. So that's what that's what a woman is supposed to do. She's supposed to love her husband, love her children. Go ahead.
Verse 5. To be discreet.
Mm-hmm. To be discreet. What is that talking about? Being modest. Not you. What does discreet not look like? Going out and posting TikTok and Instagram videos and Facebook videos of you twerking, or taking them pictures where. See, it's a lot of sisters that say that they're in the truth, and I'm not talking about sisters in the UPK, because sisters in the UPK don't do this. I'm talking about sisters that call themselves, I'm an Israelite. They say that they're Israelite, but they may not be with no camp, or they might be in a fake Israelite groups. And they posting these pictures with their breasts, just almost damn near completely exposed. You understand? When the scriptures say haughty eyes, that look that some sisters they put when they put that face on when they're taking pictures to try to sexualize themselves without showing their body, that's not discreet. Being discreet, listen, man, being discreet looks like covering your ass. Salakia. Put some goddamn clothes on, right? So be discreet. It's like be discreet and chaste, which of course is it's basically the same thing, right? Go ahead.
Chaste. Keepers at home.
What?
Keepers at home.
This is like, what does it mean to be a keeper at home? Now, does this mean, because we just read Proverbs 31, where this sister, this virtuous woman, is going out to the merchants and buying land and planting vineyards. So what does it mean when it says keepers at home?
Take care of her household.
Taking care of her household. How do you do that? However you see fit. Really, I'm serious. That's however a woman sees fit to keep her household, taking care of her household. That's what you should do. If you feel like that's making food and cleaning and cooking and stuff like that, then that's what you should do. If you want to be like the sister that's in Proverbs 31, you're gonna make business deals. You understand? You're gonna be making money, right? You can choose to do that too, or you can be, it's fine. And I hope y'all don't think I'm like bashing a woman that just wants to be like a, what do you call it? Like a housewife?
Stay-at-home wife.
Yeah, I'm not bashing. I'm not at all. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I just want people to understand that if you're gonna call yourself a virtuous or a Proverbs 31 woman, you should see the difference between the two. You understand? But go ahead. You gonna say something?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, one of what you're saying about the women making business deals. I've heard a lot of people say that the women of the Bible are oppressed. It's a misogynistic book. But yeah, you see, in 31, like women buying land, but they say that women weren't allowed to buy land. But we just read that that's what she's doing.
That's what she's doing.
You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much it. When women think, when modern women think that they're doing, I got my business, I make this, I do this, I can provide. They think they're doing something new when it's women in the Bible doing this since way back then.
Right.
You're not doing anything new. The only thing you're doing different is giving your man an attitude. Proverbs 31 woman, she don't give an attitude to her husband.
Right. She says she'll do him good and not evil all the days of her life. I didn't say some of the days of her life. I said all of the days of her life. And so you're just gonna have to pick one, man. But don't blaspheme the Bible by calling yourself a Proverbs 31 woman. Don't do that. Huh. Right? So this should be good. They should be keepers at home. Keep going.
Okay. Good. Obedient to their own husbands.
That's what you just said, ain't it?
Isn't
that what it just said? And why does it say you should be obedient to your own husband and keepers at home and all of those things? Keep going.
That the word of God be not blasphemed.
Yeah, that's what I just said, isn't it? You know what I just said? That's what I just said, man. Let's go back to Proverbs 31. Don't blaspheme the Bible by calling yourself a good woman and you're a bitch. Don't do that. Don't do that. You should never do that. Because you're lying on the Bible. Because the Bible defines what a good woman is. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right. Just be, man, listen, brothers too, sisters, brothers, everybody, just be pleasant. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. Just be pleasant. That's all you got to do. And you'll live a long, good life with the man of your dreams, or if you're a brother, the woman of your dreams. Just be pleasant. You'll be all right. All right. But let's keep going. Let me see where we're going next. Where do we leave off at?
We were just at 15.
Did we read 16?
Well, we did, but I did read 16, but we went back to 15.
Let's actually skip down because we got to close out in a minute. So let's skip down. We're gonna read 23 through 30. All right. We're gonna read that in the Hebrew. I'll read it for time's sake. I'll read that in the Hebrew, and then we'll read that in English. All right. And just so y'all know, this is kind of like a crash course. You can break this down a lot further than this, but just with the amount of time that we got, I might do a class on it next week. I don't know, maybe. Let's see. All right, but just with the amount of time that we got, It's kind of just throwing it at you. All right, so we're gonna start at verse 23, right? 23, yeah, 23 through 30. All right, so Proverbs 31 and 23, beginning with that's like in the Hebrew. Nawadai, Basha'aryam, Ba'ila, Bashathwa, it's like an I'm, Zaquanya, Aratazah, verse 24, Sadayan, Aishata, Watham, it's like it, Wathamakar, Wakagawar, Nathana, Lakananya, verse 25, Isaiah, Wahadar, Labawashah, with the Shakak, Layawam, Akar, it's like Akar 1, verse 26, Paya, Pathaka, it's like it, Bakakama, it's like with our Wrath, Kasad, Al, Lashawana, Slaki. No, that's Lashawanha, Slaki. 27, Tazawap, Slaki, Tazawap Ya, Hayakawath, Bayatha, Walakam, Atazal, Wath, Al, that's like a La'a, Tha'akal, verse 28, Kwamwa, Banya, Waya, it's like Waya Ash, Waya Ashar, Wa, Ba'ila, Waya Halal, verse 29, Rabawath, Banwath, Ashawa, Kayal, Wa'ath, Al-Yath, Al, Kalana, verse 30, Shakur, Hakan, Wahabal, Hayapaya, Asha, Yara'ath, Yahweh, Hayah, Thatha, Halal. All right, so that was verses 23 through 30. Close that up. All right, so now we're going to read those same verses in English. All right.
Okay. We'll go Proverbs 31, verse 23 in the English.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband is known in the gates.
So her husband, now this is the good woman. This is the Proverbs 31 virtuous woman. Her husband is known in the gates. For what? For good reasons, right? And we'll keep going.
Okay. When he sitteth among the elders of the land.
So he's known for good reasons. For good reasons. Because of this woman. Not just because of the woman. I'm not going to, attribute it to that. But brothers, one thing about this is when brothers look at you and they look at your wife, if your wife is out of order, they're going to look at you a certain way. Right? Because if you can't have like the scripture said, it's not just brothers. I mean, this is Bible, right? The scripture said that if you don't have your own house in order, how the hell could you rule the earth? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? That's what we're going to do. When Christ returns, the saints shall judge the earth. So how the hell could you rule the earth, but you can't rule your wife or rule your household? So men are going to look at you different, but this man is going to be known among the gates, and he's going to be known for good reasons. Give me Ecclesiasticus, the 25th chapter again. I'll give it back to you. 25. Yeah. All right. So that brother was known for good reasons, right? But now we're going to find a brother that's that it's not so for him. All right. Give me verse 17.
15. Look at Ecclesiasticus, the 25, verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance with like sackcloth.
Right. So this is talking about a wicked woman this is a very wicked woman, right? But keep going.
Verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors. When he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly.
So like, oh my God, here we go again. What is he hearing? What is this talking about?
her being wicked out there.
Yeah. Listen, and you got to understand something about. Okay, so you got to understand something about this. Just think about like a man who lets his wife rule his life, and she's so terrible. She's such a terrible. She's always yelling at him, nagging him. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like think of it in like modern day, right? Where's my phone's right here. So think of it in modern day. You know, you kicking it with your boys or whatever. You know, you just cooling it, and you get a phone call from your wife. It's gonna be one of two things. If it and like this with this, it's really no middle ground. You either gonna be like, "Oh, my rib calling." All right, you gonna answer the phone, or you gonna be like, "You gonna need a cigarette." You understand? You gonna need a goddamn cigarette because you know she calling you to complain. You know, say some terrible thing. So, point being is this brother right here that we talking about. He's sitting among his neighbors, but when he hear about what his wife is doing, or he hear his wife nagging at him or whatever, he's gonna sigh bitterly. Because there's no honor in having a wicked wife. You understand? And everybody understands that, right? Even people in the world understand that. Niggas respect you, brothers respect you less in the world, even in the world. I'm talking, well, not even in the world, because brothers are going to respect you in here because we're brothers, right? And because of your works in here. But in the world, brothers are going to respect you less if you can't control your woman. And she's because they're gonna not even on the sense of like you controlling it, because I think that's like gone. I don't think people even care about that anymore in the world. I think they're just happy wife, happy life now, right? But I mean in the sense of they're not going to respect you in the sense of they're going to have sex with your wife. I guess that's all I can say about that. They're gonna look at your wife as they're gonna have sex with your wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, and you know, that's you making her happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want. You know.
That's why the scriptures say, don't ever teach your wife an evil lesson. And there's a lot of ways that you could teach your wife an evil lesson. Right. And one of the ways that you could teach your wife an evil lesson is by letting her do whatever she wants. We have to understand something about this, all right? And sisters should understand this too. But it's of course more important for brothers to understand this. Women, the Bible calls the woman the weaker vessel because that's what she is. We got to remember that, you know, the matter of fact, I think it's, let me see this real quick. I think it's in the 26th chapter. Let me see where we at. I'm off. Right. It says, so Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24 says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Who is that talking about? Eve, right? That's who that's talking about. That's why the scriptures say that the woman is the weaker vessel, because it's very hard for a woman to make good decisions without a head. That's why the scriptures say that the man is the head of the woman, right? And just understand when it says that, I think that a lot of people have it jumbled up because of the way we look at like head and like America's military and things like that. But when you go into the Bible, like it says like the body of Christ, right? And it talks about there are some that are the arm, right? Or the leg or whatever, right? Well, when it says that a man is the woman's head, what is that talking about?
He's leading her.
But what is that talking about? What is that talking about with the analogy? That with the analogy, that's literally saying that he's the brain of that woman. Just like Christ is the head of us, Christ is the head of the man. Christ thought for us. And all in this Bible, and of course, the Most High is the head of Christ, right? Christ thought for us. Why do we even understand how to live life? We don't by ourselves. We don't listen. I don't even got to explain it to y'all. Our entire lives we lived, before we came into the truth, we lived off of using our own head. What do we do now? We think based off of what this Bible says. That's our head. And so now, what is the woman's head? The man. And that man has the head of the Bible, or it's like Christ is the head of the man. We are only doing what Christ taught us to do, and we teach that to our wives. And our wives teach that to the children. You understand? That's it. So my point is, you have to understand, if you are a husband, right, and you have a wife, you have to be able to properly think for that woman, because she needs a head. Just like we need Christ, she needs you. You understand that? So that's important to understand. All right. Where we at? Let's go back. All right. Let's go back to 24. So Proverbs 31 and 24. But just make sure everybody should make sure that they understand that our women need us to lead them. It doesn't work any other way, because if we're not leading them, they're going to do whatever they want to do. And when Adam left Eve alone for long enough, she went and she did what she wasn't supposed to do. And you know what that really looks like? Just if everybody can, what time is it? If everybody can understand this for 2 seconds, right? What happened in the garden with Adam and Eve? What happened is, you can liken it unto this. Adam and Eve were married, of course. That was his rib, right? And he let his rib go out. Go out and do whatever. Maybe she went shopping or whatever. And of course, this isn't what happened back then. I'm just giving you an analogy for today. And this woman is in the truth. Eve was in the truth with Adam. When the Most High gave the truth to Adam, he gave it to his wife. And we know that because when the serpent approached Eve, she knew the law that was given to Adam, right? So think of it today, right? Your wife is in the truth with you. So you think. And you let her go out, maybe go shopping with her friends or something like that. And she goes out, and outside of your house, see, in your house, everything runs the way you want it to run, because this is your house and you live based off of the law of the Most High. You keep the law here. We keep the Sabbath here. You understand? Ain't no pork in the fridge, none of that, right? Right. But when you go outside of those doors, the world is there. And there's women that are dressed a certain way. There's men that are going to look at you and they're going to want to have sex with you. They're going to try to get you to commit adultery. The world is a terrible place to be in, right? Yeah. Eve is like the sister that says she's in the truth and knows the law, statutes, and commandments. And she goes out there and she lets some man slick talk her out of her drawers. That's the analogy. That's it. Because adultery isn't our culture. It's America's culture. Because in our culture, adultery is punishable by death. But in America, adultery is looked great upon. I mean, think about it. What punishment is there for a woman, cheating on her man or committing adultery on her man? What's the punishment? There is none. And even if you take it to court, they're gonna stone the bitch. They're not gonna stone the bitch.
Matter of fact, they're gonna take her side.
They're gonna take her side. Because if a man goes for what do you call it when you get a divorce? What is it called?
Alimony.
Is that what it's called? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the emotional damage. I can't remember what it's called. But you can plead that and try to get some money out of the broad. But the most you can do is maybe get some money out of her. But that's it. There's no punishment for adultery, because that's America. So my point is, if you're not leading that woman right, she'll go outside and when she's at the grocery store, or when she's, out with her friends, clubbing or whatever the hell she does, she's going to let a man slick talk her out of her jaws, and she's going to go home with him, have sex with him, and come home with you. Come home to you. And you'll never know anything about it until you catch, some sort of terrible, maybe you'll catch like venereal disease, or, maybe you'll get crabs, or, some sort of STD. You understand? Maybe you won't know until then. My point, go ahead. You gonna say something?
No, I was just saying, the thing with Eve needing the head, just it shows, women. The reason why the reason why Eve gave in quickly, because she was told that she could be a god.
Yeah,
she's a goddess. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, you're a goddess, right? You gotta follow the law. Don't do that. You're a god. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to hold you back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what somebody's gonna say to your wife at the club.
Yeah.
He's gonna call her beautiful.
And then you know what he gonna do? He gonna say, because your woman is gonna say, yeah, no, I got a man. And he gonna be like, well, you ain't got to know. Why he trying to hold you down? I'm just trying to have a little fun. Like that's what a man's gonna do. So, but that's my point. My point in saying all of that, Salakia, I might have been rambling. I don't know. My point is that that woman needs a head to lead her properly. Because even when you go back into a story with Adam, right? When she took on the culture of the other nations, he decided he was going to do it too. Now she did it first, but he followed her lead. So really, she was acting as his head, and that's the problem. That's why we can't have that. All right. So let's get back into it. Let's get start at 24. Yeah.
I found the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 24. She maketh fine linen and selleth it.
Man, she make it fine linen and do what?
She selleth it.
Man, listen, this is the type of woman that we're talking about. She makes fine linen, she makes clothes and she sells them. All right, go ahead.
And delivereth girdles unto the merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Strength and honor are her clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and she shall rejoice in time to come.
This is what I'm saying. That honor, a woman can be honorable too. A lot of times people put that a lot of times people put that attribute on men. But a woman can be honorable too. You understand? And that's her clothing, meaning honor is her clothing, meaning that's everything about her is honorable. That's what it is. You understand? That's the type of woman that we're talking about. Right? Keep going.
Verse 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom.
Mm-hmm. With what?
With wisdom.
Oh my gosh, she's a smart sister. But when she talks, she's not talking no garbage like a lot of these women out here talking. Right? When she opens her mouth with wisdom. Keep going.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Is the what?
The law of kindness.
This is a nice sister. This is a sister that speaks sweetly. Don't be, oh my God, don't be, give me Proverbs the 9th chapter. Don't be the woman we about to read about. Don't be, in the words of General Muhammad, don't be a loudmouth bitch. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Let's find out what type of woman that is. Because we just saw that she opened her mouth with wisdom. Right? This sister has wisdom. And when she speaks, her tongue is the law of kindness. I mean, she speaks sweetly. Right? There's nothing worse than a woman with a masculine spirit that wants to speak aggressively. You understand? There's nothing worse than that.
Authority.
Right, with authority, like she runs something. A woman is supposed to be feminine. Femininity is the most beautiful thing on earth. Quite literally, the most beautiful thing on earth. And you know why it's so beautiful? Is because it's so rare. It's lucky. Who can find a virtuous woman? It's lucky. Who can find one? I mean, tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, of course, I'm saying that because it's so rare in the world. Now, of course, the sisters in the ISUPK, our wives, this is them. You understand? They're the opposite of what we're about to read, right? Read what I want. Proverbs 9. I think is it 24? Yep. 13. Yep.
Look at the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman.
Wait, it says what?
A foolish woman.
This is a foolish woman, the opposite of what we read, because this woman in Proverbs 31 is a wise woman. She speaks with wisdom. But this said a what?
A foolish woman.
Go ahead.
Is clamorous.
She's what?
Clamorous.
What does it mean to be clamorous?
She talks a lot.
She talks too goddamn much. She can't stop running her stupid mouth. She can't stop talking. She loud mouth. Keep going.
Okay. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
She don't know a goddamn thing. Running her mouth for nothing. Don't be that woman. Don't be that woman. Don't. Go back to Proverbs 31. Be this woman. Read that verse again with 26.
Okay. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. It's the law of kindness.
That's what you got to do. That's what a woman should be. That's what a woman. That's what you should do. A woman should be. If you don't have wisdom, just shut up. Don't say anything at all. Then and you see, like, I'm talking this way about women the same way I talk about men. There's no difference. Don't the scriptures say there's neither male nor female?
Yeah.
We all one in Christ Jesus. Ain't that what it say? Y'all agree with that scripture? When it comes to this, I don't think y'all do. Y'all got to make sure that y'all understand. I'm going in on these women the same way that I go in on men. Just like the scriptures say that a man, when he don't know anything, he should shut up. Well, if you're a woman, you should shut the hell up if you don't know anything. And if you are going to speak, you should speak like this sister in Proverbs 31, a sister that has wisdom. She'll speak with kindness. You understand? Don't be like what Amatazar said, speaking with authority. So go ahead, it's like
if I can, I want to give that opposite of that real quickly. A woman who was using her femininity, in the wicked way.
Right.
If I could.
Go ahead, you got it.
So just to start off, back here in Proverbs 7, it says that this woman, right? This woman is luring in this young man in this chapter, right? And it says now she is without, now in the streets, in life, in wait at every corner.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this woman is this. What we say now, this woman, certain women, she's for the streets. This woman right here is certainly for the streets.
Right.
That's what she's waiting for. I'm gonna take it down to it's like take it down to the next one. So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face and said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face.
Mm-hmm.
And I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes,
mm-hmm.
and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love into the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home. He has gone a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
He has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. And with her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's giving that evil, like that woman. She's using her femininity to cheat on her man while her man's going to go do business.
Right. And what's crazy about this, it says, with the flattering of her lips, she forced him. Now, did she throw the brother on the bed? Nah. But she just, the way she was speaking was so overwhelming to the brother. He like, let's do that then. That's a lot. He was going to say something.
Took him to the red table.
God damn. So like, damn. Shots fired. But go ahead.
Yeah, I put out the show that, as much as you can use your feminine in a good way, with your man, your husband will do whatever you want. You're very feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very easy for you just to be feminine, and then your man, he'll just react accordingly to your femininity.
Right.
The same way you can use that same femininity to lure somebody in and do evil to your husband.
Right.
Like she's doing evil to her husband as you read right here. He's going away to provide for her, and she's busy, bringing some stupid young dude off the street into her bed.
Right. Some victims. Like this bitch in Proverbs 7 is a sexual predator.
You heard her. She said, she said, listen, let us have our fill of love.
Yeah, she said till the morning. God damn. And so all that sweet talking she was doing, she forced him with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, absolutely. That's an excellent point. Because you can use that femininity that you're supposed to have femininity. You're a woman. Right. But you can use that, of course, wickedly as well. So that was good that you brought that out, because like we just read, right? It says she would, a Proverbs 31 woman, a virtuous woman, will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. All the days of her life. That's so, this woman is gonna use that feminine. She gonna the same thing that she told that bitch in the 7th chapter. That told that young man. Well, this Proverbs 31 woman, she gonna talk to you like that. Just saying them kind words. She gonna say them things to you, and she gonna force you. You understand? She gonna be forcing you. That's the type of sister that you want, man. You don't want that type of sister while you away. You got to go out and provide for your family while she get home. She at home getting robbed from some young brother on the street. You understand? So, excellent precept. The water for that. All right, let's get verse 27. Yeah, 27.
I got in the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 27. She looketh well to the ways of her household.
Right, we just read that in Titus, the 2nd chapter. Right, she looked well to the ways that she keeps her house. Right, and she's looking. Everything that she's doing here, everything that we've read so far, everything is for the goodness and wellness of her household. Everything. When she sells that linen and sells those clothes and stuff like that, she's only doing that so she can provide for her house. She wake up in the middle of the night so she can start cooking. She does that for her house. She's not doing that for her. You understand? She's not selfish. This is a sister that cares about the well-being of her house, and so much so that she understands. And this is a lot of people's problem. They don't understand what their job is. This sister understood that her job is to keep her household provided for. Everything that she could do, she did it. She made sure that she made sure that the food was ready. She made sure that there was money when she was selling them clothes. She made sure that her children and her husband were clothed. She made them clothes. Like, that's what a virtuous woman has talent. A talent that no broad in the world has. Good.
I don't know. Not only does she have talent, but she doesn't use that talent against her husband.
Right. Like, I got more money than you type of thing. Like, I'm the breadwinner. Because that's another problem is a lot of sisters see, because there's this dynamic of a man should go and work and the woman should stay home and just, maybe she just cleans. But this woman that we just read about, she went and bought land and planted a vineyard. You understand? That's what we talk about. This is a woman. This is a businesswoman. That's why, like I said, not everybody can be this. Not every woman can be this. Because if they could, it wouldn't say who can find a virtuous woman. It would say, look at all these virtuous women. That's what it would say. But it doesn't say that because they're hard to find. And it's okay. But, find one if you can. It's lucky. But go ahead.
If I can, this is to all the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard a lot of brothers speak that, a woman that's educated, a woman that has a business, she's less desirable. I don't think that's true. I think that might be to you. Mm-hmm. But to me, a woman that's educated, a woman that she might have a business going on.
Right.
No, that to me, that's just added value to the woman.
Right.
I'm saying that that way we can pull it together. The house only makes the house that much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, doesn't make you less of a man. She makes more money than you. So and my ex, she made more money than me. I never felt that I was weak. That I was less than.
She never
made me feel less than because she made more money.
Yeah. See, I want my woman to make more money than me. I do. I want you to make as much money as you can humanly make. All of the money that you can make. I want them. I want what does it Roddy Rich say? Racks. What is it? Racks to the ceiling or something like that. I don't know. Whatever the case is. Yeah, bring in all the money that you can make. But the thing is, the type of woman, like for instance, my rib, I'm not gonna. It's like she's not gonna be like, nigga, I make more money than you, because she's in the truth. She'll never do something like that. And that's the type of woman that you should look for. The type of woman that you should look for is the type of woman that is never going to throw it in your face that, oh yeah, I make more money than you. You want her to make more money than you and give it all to you. So like it. Nah, but yes, but no at the same time. Because if you don't know how to handle money, your woman should never give you all of her money. So like, because some of y'all niggas gonna bet y'all gonna spend all of the money that your woman makes on video games and stuff like that, and the rent never gonna get paid. Some of y'all.
Like she under all the bills.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Listen, a lot of times
we got left over.
A lot of the time, it's good for that woman to handle that money, because if you handle it, you're going to buy all of the dumb things that you like. So, because I remember when I first came into the truth. Side note, we're gonna have to close out in just a minute, but when I first came into the truth, there was a video. I can't remember what it's called, but basically it was talking about like, a man has, authority over a woman. You know what I'm saying? If the brother can handle it, the woman is supposed to, she's supposed to allow that man to make the financial decisions. But I remember like, damn, because I'm thinking in my head like, man, if I was in control of all of the money, I'm buying this, that, third. Because y'all know, like, y'all know how brothers, some brothers like to buy jewelry, or, you know what I'm saying? They like clothes, stuff like that. I'm like, man, nah, I'm gonna let my woman. So like my rib, she handles the bills. You understand? She handles it. And that's like, but that's kind of what we talking about. We talking about a woman that is able to do those things. A woman that's able to handle, like, be financially responsible. That takes a lot of weight off of me. My rib be doing the bills for like all day. She take all day doing the bills and calculating this and putting money here and all these different accounts, and I'll be like, damn, I ain't got to worry about none of that. You know how helpful that is? That's helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first started, coming into adulthood and having to pay my own bill. I'm like, damn, I was late on bills all the time. I'm talking about 3-4 days late, and they sending me messages, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to pay that bill. And then 2 weeks go by, and I ain't paid the bill. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of weight off of a brother's shoulders, and that's what a woman should be able to do if necessary, right? But let's keep reading, right? We gotta close out. I know. Let me see. What time is it? Yeah, it's 11:54. All right, let's keep going.
She looketh well into the ways of her household. He eateth not the bread of idleness.
She not just sitting on her ass all day. Keep going.
Verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband also, and he praises her.
Yeah, man. Of a good, virtuous woman. Her husband is going to have good things to say about her. And not only her husband, the kids tell the truth. The husband might lie, but the kids gonna tell the truth. They're gonna tell the truth. And them kids they're gonna praise their mother. They're gonna love their mother, and they're gonna understand. And that's another thing about this. Like, this woman right here is an excellent example for her kids, for her sons and daughters, right? For her daughters, of course, because she's being an example of what her daughters should be when they grow up, right? Just kind of like how Titus, the 2nd chapter, talked about. But then also, she's being an example for her sons, because her sons are going to know what type of woman to go for. They're not going to go for some ratchet thought. You understand? Some slut in the street that sits on her ass all day and wakes up, 8 p.m. to go strip for money and then come back home. You understand? That's not the type of woman that they're going to go for. They're not going to be looking at a woman for her looks and things like that. They're going to look at her for her attributes. That's what she's teaching, a good lesson to her children. But keep going.
Verse 29. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excelleth them all.
That's a beautiful scripture. That's a beautiful scripture. It says, many daughters have done virtuously. So there's a lot of sisters that have done virtuously. Pretty good sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Good sisters. But it says, but thou, that virtuous woman that we talking about, thou excellest them all. Who's talking right here? This is the husband speaking to his wife, to his virtuous wife. He said, listen, there are a lot of virtuous sisters out there, but you're better than them all. Give me Ecclesiasticus 36. And that's a beautiful compliment, isn't it? Oh, damn. Fringes keep getting stuck in the wheel of this chair. Ecclesiasticus 36, right? This sister is better than the rest of them. Ecclesiasticus 36 and 21.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 21. A woman will receive every man.
Yeah, man. Listen, a woman, she'll just take whatever she can get, And now what I mean by that, damn, Salakia. What I mean by that is, when it says Salakia, that sounded terrible. Damn, Salakia. Basically, okay. So basically, what this is talking about is, a woman has. Let me try to make it not sound so terrible. Salakia. Okay, so there's a type. Okay, this is what I say. There is a type of woman that will receive every man. Do we understand what that means?
I can use more understanding with that.
Okay, so there's a woman that will receive every man. This is the type of woman I'm talking about. I'm talking about a slut. So right, because it says a woman will receive every man. If you keep reading, it'll kind of give more of the context, because the next part is what I want. Right, go ahead.
Yet is one daughter better than another.
There's one woman that's better than another. Meaning, you can either get the woman that's going to have sex with whoever and just be a slut, or you could get the daughter that's better than all of the rest of them. You could get the one that we just said, right? Many daughters have done virtuously, right? But thou excellest them all. You should go for that one. That's the point. There is a woman, believe it or not, because I know a lot of y'all brothers think that because she has a vagina, she's God, right? She is just the best thing on the face of this earth, and you should just get with her. No, there are women that are better than other women. Just like there are men that are better than other men.
That's okay.
Go ahead. And that's okay, and that's fine. You understand? That's okay. It's a good concept. It's okay to understand that and acknowledge it, right? Give me verse 30. Now go back to Proverbs. Give me verse 30.
I got the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain.
Mm-hmm.
But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
Yeah, man. Listen, beauty is vain. Don't pick a sister, and I mean this very seriously. Do not pick a sister because she's, pretty. Don't do that, because there are damn near all of the women that you see on like Instagram and Facebook that be showing they tail. They pretty, but they're sluts.
Yeah.
Beauty is vain. It doesn't mean any goddamn thing. Let me explain something to you. And I really mean this. I want everybody to understand. Matter of fact, give me the scripture. Let me see. I don't know which one I want. Give me Ecclesiastes 25 and 21.
Ecclesiastes?
Yeah. Give me 25 and 21. I'm going to explain something with this.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman. Keep going.
And desire her not for pleasure.
This is what you should really understand about a woman. There are many beautiful women in this earth. Women are beautiful. Salaki. Women are absolutely beautiful. But don't stumble at her beauty. What is this talking about? Break it down.
A woman just her outer appearance, but
what does it mean to stumble at her beauty? What does that mean?
You don't want to be because she looks good.
Right. Stumble mean okay. When you stumble, what does that mean? You fall.
You fall. Like,
Trip.
You're gonna fall for her.
Exactly.
You're gonna tell her every she hears all the time. Oh, you're so beautiful.
Right.
You're gonna trip up, and then you're gonna end up marrying her.
Right. You're gonna have sex with this woman that is an absolute dragon of a woman. The Bible says I'd rather keep house with a dragon than this bitch. So
Go
ahead and read it. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
With a what?
With a wicked woman.
With a bitch. That's like it. That's like that's my favorite word. And of course, we know the Bible says that. You know what I'm saying? The shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. We understand what a female dog is.
Wow.
All right. I didn't say it first. The Bible said it first. You heard it from them first. You heard it from the authors of the Bible. All right. But that's what you can't do. It says favor. So going back to Proverbs, it says favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Now we don't have the time for it, but if anybody wants to go into 1 Samuel, the 25th chapter, there's a story about a man named Nabal and his wife Abigail. Okay. Man, but see, don't read it on your own. Let me I gotta break it down to y'all, because if you've never read that story, you might not really understand it. So I might have to maybe teach it on Wednesday or something like that, maybe next Sabbath service. Because that's a heavy story, because the story is basically it's about a sister with a dumbass husband. Her husband is stupid and makes terrible decisions, and she has to make up for his bad decisions. And she was righteous in doing so. So sometimes, and here's the lesson that you're going to learn from that story. And like I said, we can't get all into it right now. But the lesson that you're going to learn from that story is if you are a woman with a terrible husband, do whatever you have to do to be successful in that relationship without dying. Okay? Because what happened is, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. We'll close out the class. What happened is Nabal was approached by David's servants, basically, telling him, I believe he was telling him to, pay tribute to him, right? And Nabal, like, who the hell is David? I don't know David. He knew who David was, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things, like who is this nigga? I don't know this nigga. But you know him. It's like, who is he to ask me? You know what I'm saying? This. So David sought to kill him, and Abigail, because she was a righteous woman, and a lot of people can misconstrue this story, but she was so righteous that she went behind her husband's back to save his life. Seriously. And that's still a righteous thing. I'll give you a quick example. I'll give you a quick example, right? General Muhammad said this. He said, if you are the type of brother that's going to drink up all your money, if you're an alcoholic, right? You're going to drink up all your money, or you're going to spend it all on video games. Your wife is right to not give you that money, even if you ask for it. Straight up. Straight up. She should never give you that money, even if you berate her in the scripture and say women should be submissive to a man, this, that, and the third. Listen, if she gives you that money, you're gonna spend it on alcohol and video games and whatever the hell whatever your hobbies are, whatever. And you're never gonna pay rent. Y'all gonna get kicked out of the house. Y'all gonna get evicted. So she's right to not ever give you that money, even if you demand it from her, because she needs to. Y'all gotta live. You understand? Yeah. So, but that's my point, right? And that's what Abigail did. Abigail went behind her husband's back and went to David and offered tribute unto him and said, "Please forgive my husband. He's stupid." Straight up, just like that. Because Nabal, the word Nabal, or just like the name Nabal, means foolish, I believe. Right? She said, "Forgive my husband. He's stupid." And David says, "You know what? You're right." He was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna kill your husband." And then, anyway, I gotta see, because I gotta go into the whole story if I do that. So we're gonna go ahead and close out. You got something else to say? Go ahead, you got it.
I was gonna say, just to add on to you saying about the woman, being righteous and keeping money away from her husband. This just also goes to show that just as men have to you have to be wise, in one that you choose. Same thing for the woman.
Yeah.
I'm saying a woman shouldn't have to be put in a position where her husband is that stupid,
right?
Or that dumb, where he just, what I'm saying, like, I understand that not every man can handle finances. That's all right, but the husband should be wise enough to say, "All right, babe, you got to get the bills and tell me what we got left afterwards.
Right.
So see what we can do with that next."
Right.
But not gonna show you. Go show you. I think General Muhammad also said that. Slack. This is my train of thought today. General Muhammad also said that brother said, "Oh, you gotta be submissive." That says a woman, one way a woman is submissive to you is she gives you that submission.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She has to give you that power over. Some of your brothers aren't deserving of that submission or power over a woman.
Yeah.
So you gotta check yourself for that. Your woman is like keeping money away from you. Maybe you can look inside yourself and see what is it with you that she's the one that give the money, share the money with you.
Yeah. And that's why I don't even trip. Listen, like I said, my ribs handles all of the bills. I just, after the bills are paid, I look at what the money we got, and then I buy the stupid shit that I want to buy. Excuse me for my language, you understand? But if it was up to me, because of the way my brain works, I'm like, yeah, I need this and this for the school. I need this book and this book, or so it might not even be books. It might be a chain. I like rocking these shields. You know what I'm saying? Something stupid like that. You understand? And I might not think about it. She's just more financially inclined to me. So sometimes brothers have to yield to that. And it's okay. It's okay for a brother to, don't let your pride kill you, man. Your pride will kill you. If your pride tells you, nah, she shouldn't have the goddamn money, I should have the money, you're going to get evicted. You understand? Because you just don't understand how to really, pay bills and be financially responsible. And that's okay. You understand? It's all right. It's not a big deal. So now, just to close out, right? Just everybody should understand something about a virtuous woman. Not everybody is the Proverbs 31 woman. We just saw that this is the type of woman that goes out and buys land and plants vineyards. She makes clothes and sells them. She makes money. She's a go-getter. Not every woman is like that. And that's okay. It's not. I'm not even making y'all listen. Y'all ain't got to be like that. No, I'm not saying one is better than the other. Go ahead.
Also, that she's also respectful towards her husband.
She's respectful to her husband.
She always thinks about her home, not of herself.
Right. Exactly. And that's the point. And so. You know what I'm saying? But you can think of your home in different ways. You could just be the type of woman that cooks and cleans. Maybe that's all your husband requires of you. Maybe you don't clean. Maybe your husband would rather clean. It's whatever works out for y'all relationship. For you being a woman, you can only have one husband. You understand? So you're going to have to work that out with your husband, whatever he requires of you. Not every woman is going to be that type of woman that goes and buys land or that goes and makes money. She might just want to be the one that just, kicks it at the crib and cleans and takes care of the kids. That's fine too. However you can please your husband. How about that? That's what the Bible says to do. So that's what you should do. But I just want everybody to understand the difference, because you can't call yourself a Proverbs 31 woman if you're not fulfilling all of these things. That's blaspheming the scriptures. Like I said, I could go so much deeper into this this breakdown, but it's already 12:08. So we're gonna go ahead and close out. So men of prayer, Magnum, which means to stand. Go ahead and get that horn blow. I'm gonna read the Hebrew just to get through it a little quicker. All right. Go ahead and you can call.
Imagine you need to stand. While fuck you done, you turn to face the east.
All right, we're gonna begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malak with Ka,
Malak Bakar,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'arataza,
Ba'arataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Nathalanawa,
Nathanael,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Call Yawam,
Call Yawam,
Wasalakanawa,
Wasalakinawa,
Kawabwatnawa,
Kawatinawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalakinawa,
Kawabwatinawa,
Kawatinawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Tabayanawa,
Tabayanawa,
Wanasai 1,
Wasayawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashanawa,
Habashayanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Raikaya,
Raikaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalagwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wathapara,
Fatah Parah,
Lai Walamyum,
Wawalanyu,
Aman.
Amen. The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread.
daily bread,
And forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into
And
temptation,
lead us not to temptation,
deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power
and the power,
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. All right, we're going to read the Hakak, which means the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Babu Kashai,
Baba Kashah,
Nathalanawa,
Nathanael,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Hakak Larapa'ah,
Hakat Rapa'ah,
Call Maka'ala,
Call Maka'ala,
Wakal Madawa,
Makal Madawa,
Hakak Latahar,
Hakat Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Matazarayim,
Hakak Lahakwayam,
Hakat Lapidun,
Hamathu,
Hamathi,
Hakak
Hakat
Awakawa,
Arkarwa,
Hatama'ala,
Hatma'ala,
Lagarshan,
the Garnishes,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
the Wadamah.
the Wadamah. The Hakat, the power in English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
and then Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahushai,
Please give us the power
please give us the power
to heal all manner of sickness
to heal all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you so much. All right, Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Aharyam,
Aharyam,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Isaiah,
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 Ma'ain,
Ma'ayin,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'arataza,
Ba'aratza,
Ayathan, Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Ayathan,
Ayatan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Ayanawam,
Ayawan,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hadna,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Anawan,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Sharamar,
Yashar Allah,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyinka,
Yadika,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamath,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makar Rai,
Makal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'aka,
Taza'aka,
Wabah,
Wabah,
Wa'aka,
Wa'aka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aita,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Awalam.
Awalam. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
would not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
it's like Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
This time forth
even forevermore.
and even forevermore. All right, Psalms the 83rd chapter in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Adama Yalaka,
Daganaka,
Al Thakaraj,
Athakarach,
Wa Al Thashakwat,
Athashakwat,
Al
Ah,
Kayahana,
Kayhana,
Awayabika,
Oyabika,
Yahamayawan,
Yamayawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Anaka,
Yarayamwa,
Yamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayata,
Yaitazawa,
Aitazal,
Altazapawanyaka,
Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Waikakidam,
Magaya,
Garya,
Wala
Wala,
Yazakar.
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sam Yashal,
I would die.
I would die.
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Wa Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakabwa,
Alyaka.
Alyaka,
Baryath.
Baryat,
Yakarathwa.
Yakarath,
Ahaya.
Ahaya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wayashama Aliyam.
Washma Ali,
Mawa Abba.
Mawab,
Wagarya.
Ragarya,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Waimawan.
Waimawan,
Waimalak.
Waimalak,
Palashaf.
Palashat,
I'm Yeshabya.
Ayashab,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Malawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Hayawat,
Zawai.
Zarawat,
Labanya Lawat.
Abang Lawat,
Salah.
Salat,
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham,
Kamadyan.
Kamagi,
Kasaya.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah,
Kayabyan.
Kayebni,
Banakal.
Banakal,
Koyashwan.
Kayashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Yashimag,
Ba'ayan.
Bayan,
Da'ira. It's
Daira,
like a da'ira.
Slakadara,
Hayawa.
Hayawat,
Daman.
Daman,
La'adama.
the Adama,
Shayathamwa.
Shaitam,
Nada.
Nada,
Yamawa.
Yamawat,
Ka'ira.
Kaira,
Wakaza'aba.
Kazab,
Wakazabak.
Kazabat,
Wakatazal.
Katazal,
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai,
Call.
Ka,
Nasaya.
Masaya,
Kamwa.
Kamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Nairashah.
Nairashad,
Lanawa.
Now,
It's like an ah.
Ah,
Na'awat.
Nawat,
Allahaya.
Allahai,
Allahaya.
Allahai,
Shayathamwa.
Shaitam,
Kagalgala.
Kagagala,
Kakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka.
Upon your Raka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Tabaira.
Tabaira,
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira,
Wakala Haba.
Kalabat,
Talahat.
Talahat,
Haryam.
Haryam,
Khan.
Khan,
Tharadapma.
Saratat,
Basa Irika.
Basairaka,
Wabasa.
Babasa,
Wapafka.
Bapatka,
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam,
Mala'a.
Mala'at,
Panyaham.
Panyahan,
Kwalawan.
Kalawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Waibakashwa,
Shamka.
Shunka,
Yahawa.
Yahab,
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa.
Waibahawa,
Aja'ai.
Adi Ai,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa,
Wayada'aiwa.
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya Atha.
Kayata,
Shamka.
Shunka,
Yahawa.
Yahab,
Labadka.
Labat,
Ayawan.
Ayawan,
Al-Kal.
Al-Kal,
Al-Rataza.
Baratana. All right, Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumble,
thine enemies make a tumble.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
let us cut them off from being a
and
nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
At the name of Israel,
That the name of Israel
there be no more remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
They have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of
The
Edom
tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek
and Amalek,
and the Philistines
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
So also is joined with them.
They will hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
as to Book of Kisan,
at the brook of Kasan,
which perished and endured.
which perished and endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their levels like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a rib,
and like Zeeb.
and like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all their princes as Abba,
and as Zamunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest.
make them afraid of thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be put to shame and perish,
Let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
are the most high of all the earth. All right, we're going to get the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Mike Allah?
Why Allahayim?
Why Lahaya?
Matazab Ya'ah?
Mazabiah?
Alawap Yahana?
Alabap Yahana?
Ha'alawapium?
Ha Alawapia?
Hasoranyum?
Hasaranya?
Hakwatazayanyum?
Kwatazayanya?
Hakaya Yoyum?
Call Yahweh?
Wahagwapium?
Why Wathi?
Yahweh.
Yahweh?
Washem Yahweh Shai?
Why Chim Yahweh?
Waraman.
Wadaman. Blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
commanding General Yohana,
Commanding General Yahana.
the generals,
The generals.
the
The
captains,
captains.
the officers,
The officers.
the
The
troopers,
troopers.
and the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
name Yahweh Shai.
The name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you. So be it. All right. Sorry while you're shopping. We can be seated. Any brother want to be anointed with oil? All right. We're gonna go ahead and close out. No. Okay. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out the Sabbath service. Men of Israel, Imagine, which means to stand. We're going to salute out the Sabbath service. Men of Israel, Imagine, Shabbat. Imagine, Barak. Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shah, Barak, Thumb. Yahweh, Matah. Sabbath service dismissed. All right. You cold?